Oh, I think this is the guy.
I can't believe they want us to go outside the house to find Vea.
Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. This is, I think, the guy we're supposed to look for the quest line. I think.
You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vea? She went missing a couple of weeks ago and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts.
I don't think I've seen anyone named Vea.
That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded.
Oh, I forgot I was downloading that. That took a while. Can you scooch so we can see the guy's face? Can you provide me with any additional information?
You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Vea remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes.
I'll speak to Counselor Eris.
Counselor Eris can be found at the Redoran kin house. And do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vea. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the house guard has failed, so be it.
You don't seem to like the idea of the counselor seeking help in this matter.
I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house counselor?
Tell me about House Redoran.
Fair. How can anyone not know about House Redoran? Is this some sort of Outlander ruse?
No ruse, I just want to know more about House Redoran.
Well, in that case, Redoran is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety, and we have a proud military tradition. Our house comes first in all things. I don't understand why Eris seeks outside help.
Tell me what happened to Vea.
If I knew what happened to the counselor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own accord. There wasn't any foul play involved that we're aware of. Beyond that, you'd have to ask the counselor.
Who's Counselor Eris?
Counselor Eris Relith oversees Redoran operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very powerful. Usually, the counselor doesn't allow his passions to get the better of him. But Vea is his daughter, after all.
Okay. I don't remember how long this quest line is. I don't think it's that long, but I've said that about stuff like Rothgar, and boy howdy was I wrong. The Redoran Kin House. I guess upstairs.
Anything I can do for you?
Ooh, I like this Velothi triptych. I guess that's your wife? How come your last name is included in your little...
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Sergeant Falger sent me. Said you needed help finding your daughter.
My daughter has been gone too long and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task? Tell me, Outlander, how can you succeed when my forces continue to fail time and time again?
It seems your daughter knows your people and their tactics. She doesn't know me.
An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Vea can handle herself, but the father worries, you understand. Anyway, I agree with your assessment. That's why I'm willing to bring in outside help on this.
Tell me what happened.
Vea fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Vea knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you.
Alright, I'll try to find your daughter.
Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should speak to him and see what his investigation has already turned up.
Where can I find Captain Briven?
He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Briven's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Vea's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter.
You mentioned a family disagreement?
That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, and such matters become relevant, we can discuss the particulars then. But not before.
Maybe your wife would be willing to discuss that with me. Why would I even say that?
Like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the two of you discuss is your own affair. Just understand that I haven't employed you to solve my family's problems. I only need you to find my daughter.
You mentioned Vea might be involved in something dangerous?
Vea has always been fascinated by the MORAG TONG. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope I am wrong about that.
Tell me about the Morag Tong.
The MORAG TONG? They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the tribunal to carry out honorable writs of execution. Ostensibly, they're supposed to keep the houses from resorting to all-out war. But I still find the practice barbaric.
And the agent that Vea admires?
Someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you. Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence.
Doesn't even point me to speak to the wife, so I'm guessing she doesn't have anything really to add. Whee! It's nice to do quests in towns every now and then, instead of running along the sides of volcanoes and such. The town square? Where is the town square? Oh. There's not a square in this town. There's a river that runs through it. A canal? No, I'd say that's a river. It's a little one. Interesting that it pools at the base of a volcano.
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go find one of the house guard.
Counselor Eris sent me to ask you about the investigation to find his daughter.
You must be one of the freelancers the Councilor employed to supplement the duties of the house guard. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Vea ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troops have failed. If anything happens to Vea...
Sounds like you have a personal stake in this.
I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Vea is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Even trust an Outlander. We think her friends may know where she is, but they keep eluding us.
Maybe her friends will be less suspicious if I approach them.
Perhaps. As long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Vea, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town, and see if you can follow the note.
I'll see if I can follow the note.
When you find Vea's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Vea. If you can't do it, don't worry. The house can handle it.
Tell me more about Vea Relith.
Vea's a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia, and she always turns me down.
Tell me about Vea's disagreement with her father.
That's not my tale to tell. If Councilor Eris or his wife won't speak of the troubles his family has had to deal with in recent weeks, maybe you can ask Vea. If and when you find her.
Tell me more about this note you want me to follow.
We started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys.
What do you think the note contains?
Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Vea has been keeping tabs on what's been happening in the city. Look, it may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Vea.
Okay. I think I just need to be sneaky here, right? You know, since the mount has the bonus of detection reduction? Does that mean I can like hide on the basically hide on the mount?
Get this letter to Trevis. It's important. Just don't let House Redoran get their hands on it. If you think you're being followed, find a place to hide. Good luck.
Holy smokes. How am I supposed to keep up with this person? Uh-oh, I'm gonna lose him. Good thing he glows like that. Ah, follow the glowy one. Holy smokes, I mean really? I thought I'd be sneaking around, but it doesn't look like it. Confront
Well
Drevis.
done. This should help us determine what happened to Vea's brother.
Sir?
Hello, can I help you? Wait a moment. You're one of those hirelings House Redoran pays to harass us simple folk. Look, all Vea wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother. Too bad the house doesn't seem to care a swit about any of that.
Counselor Eris just wants to find his daughter. Will the note you received help me accomplish that?
Vea wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted to help, I haven't seen Vea since she snuck out of town. We communicate by notes, and this one isn't even about her.
What's that note about then?
If you must know, it concerns Vea's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been trying to help Vea find him.
Who are you delivering this information to if you aren't in contact with
A
Vea?
local tough. Goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any information out of him.
Isn't...
Ashur is not known for his conversational skills.
I can be very persuasive.
I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's been passing our notes on to Vea. Just to the north and east, outside of town. Or is this your way of offering to save me a trip, since you're headed his way?
How do you know Vea?
Balmora's not that big. Most of the sons and daughters of the house leaders and prominent merchants know each other. Vea's one of us, and we'll do whatever it takes to help her find her brother.
They'll do anything for Vea?
Well, within reason. And Vea would do the same for us. That's why we're helping her. She really is a terrific person.
Tell me more about Vea's brother.
I'm not telling you anything, you Redoran lapdog.
I'm just trying to help out here. What harm will telling me about Vea's brother possibly cause?
Sorry about that. I'm kind of on edge, if you hadn't noticed. Everyone knows Vea's brother. Or they did.
Oh.
He disappeared. Ulran was an exemplary officer. Everything House Redoran could hope for. Vea won't rest until she learns the truth.
And that's why Vea ran away?
She ran away because her father refused to give her a straight answer. She suspects he was involved in Ulran's disappearance. Or that he at least knows more than he's willing to say. Is it any wonder Vea decided to take matters into her own hands?
Why have you been avoiding the House Redoran soldiers?
You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets, Outlander? Oh, that's not going to happen. I won't betray Vea.
Answer my question, or I'll haul you off to the House Guard personally.
All right, all right. No need to get violent. Vea doesn't want her father to find her until she's located her brother, so we help protect her. That's why we set up the runners. Let the Councilor's hounds chase us, while Vea looks for Ulran. I'm sure Councilor Eris's intentions are good. He loves his daughter. Wants her back safe and sound. But what about what Vea wants? Her brother home safe, her father's honesty, the house looking out for its people and not just its precious honor?
Okay. Isn't Ashur... I believe he is a significant character who has appeared once or twice at this point. Actually, at this point, this might be his first appearance, but he does appear later. If it is the guy I'm thinking of, he definitely appears in elsewhere in the side quest. And again, it might not be who I'm thinking of.
You killed one of my gangs. That's it. Kill the Morag Tong and any witnesses.
Okay. He is who I was thinking of. They have unique names. Whoa, purple. Do you always pose dramatically on molten rocks?
I had that situation under control. Just needed them to make the first hostile move. Still, I cleaned enough blood off my axes for one day, so thanks for lending a hand.
I was told to meet you out here.
You were you? Was it Melissa? I told her I'd close out my tab after I completed another contract. That woman has the patience of an anxious nix. Well, tell her I'm good for it. I'll stop by and we can conclude our business cordially.
No, I'm here about Vea.
Vea? The new apprentice? Now why in oblivion do you care about Vea?
I'm trying to find her.
Are you now? And why do you want to do that? Never mind, I don't really care. I was asked to pass along some notes, but I'm not really the messenger type. I suggest you talk to Vea's mentor. Last I heard, she had a job in the Western Ruins.
Okay.
Make sure you don't anger Vea's mentor, even look at her the wrong way. She's grown surprisingly protective of that young woman, and if she thinks you pose a danger... Besides, I'd hate to see you wind up on the wrong end of one of our writs.
Why were those townsfolk trying to kill you?
You know, the usual buyer's remorse. I see a lot of that in my line of work. Turns out, I had to kill a bad man who did bad things. The writ was legal and above board. Unfortunately, his brother didn't see it that way and was looking for revenge.
You're some kind of assassin?
Oh, you make it sound so obscene. Still, that's pretty much an accurate description. But it's not like I work for the Dark Brotherhood or anything. I don't kill anyone without a sanctioned writ. Keeps the great houses in line. It's a calling.
Tell me more about Vea's mentor.
I'd rather not. She's particular about her secrets, and I don't want to get in a bad side. You should keep that in mind too if you plan to continue on this course. Vea's mentor usually sticks to the rules, but I wouldn't turn my back on her.
Who could it be? Wait, where am I going? Oh, like way out there. Okay. Yeah. I always get mixed up because this town has like a bridge, but it's further down than I always think. Trying to anger any river trolls. I angered something, I don't know what it was. Malakath champion? What? Why? Who?
Leave me, Outlander. Let me die in the shame I've brought to Malakath. Defeated by a lone warrior. Malakath will laugh at our incompetence.
What happened to you?
An assassin. Probably a Morag Tong. She tracked our leader here. But she doesn't know. We set a trap inside the ruins. She's just one woman! Get inside the ruins and stop her!
Enter the ash... Oh my god, what is this word? Asher Nibibi. That's an Ogrim. Why is there an Ogrim here? That's kind of weird. Also, why are there so many Malakath places here? Malakath is a weak but vengeful god. The Dark Elves say he is Malak, the god king of the orcs. He tests the Dunmer for physical weakness. Okay, so we're slowly putting together the entire book of the House of Troubles through these loading screen quotes. Asher Nabibi.
Let the assassin come. I'm tired of running and she doesn't frighten me.
Ooh, that's a poor choice. Look who it is.
Well, you have a habit of turning up at the moment.
Hold on, I'll be with you in 1 second, are you? Okay, where were we?
You have a habit of turning up at the most unusual moments, don't you, hero?
I came to find you to ask you.
Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a writ to complete. Look, I can't keep these evil cultists waiting. You want to talk? Find me after I finish this job.
Okay.
Hero, we really need to stop meeting like this.
I agree.
Come out, little assassin. Or is the Morag Tong too scared to meet the powerful Snag face to face?
Snag? That's not a good name for an imposing leader. You sound like someone sneezed while trying to say snake.
Surround her. Cut her apart.
Really, Snag? This only delays the inevitable.
Oh, he's not even in this group.
A helping hand. How sweet.
Oh, there are a lot of them.
My Malakath sacred tusk. You won't get past me.
Oh, frig. That almost sounds like a Nordic name. What was that guy about to do?
Excuse me, hero. I have to see an orc about a writ.
Taking the stabs. Actually, you know what? I haven't checked in a long time. Where are my skills? How is, wait. This, no, here. Oh, wow, it's... Didn't I morph this? How is it? Did I not morph? I guess I didn't morph it yet, did I? I'm almost ready to.
Kill me. I didn't mean to interfere with House Tolvani's plans. I made a mistake.
A mistake? Well, that explains everything. I'll just let the Tolvani know. I'm sure Mage Valian will
I thought you weren't
understand.
scared.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought for sure you were going to kill me.
I am.
Wow.
I hate when my leathers get wet. And this is a new outfit, too. Ah, well. I suppose we ought to discuss what you're doing here.
Hello. Nice shoulder thingies.
I have to admit, when I saw you, I thought, what the tusk are you doing down here? Pardon my orcish. Did you really follow me across the continent? That shows commitment. Kind of creepy, but still a lot of commitment.
Oh, I guess she's talking... Yeah, across the continent because we were at Gold Coast last time. Huh, I'm looking for Council Eris's daughter, Vea.
Oh, that's not what I expected. But you can just turn around and leave. You're not going to find her. Vea's going through a difficult time right now. And the last thing she needs is some house-brethren lackey adding to her pain and confusion.
You know me, Nario. I just want to assure her father that Vea's safe.
I know you, hero. It's old man Eris I don't trust. He didn't tell you about Vea's brother, did he? how House Redoran exiled their favorite son? No? Didn't think so. Vea deserves answers, and I promise to help her. You need to just walk away.
If you don't let me help, you'll have to deal with others. They're hiring outsiders to find Vea.
Outsiders? Is her father really that desperate? Look, tell Eris that Vea's safe and you'll see her soon, but no more outsiders. If my organization gets skittish, they'll return to the shadows and take Vea with them. We'll only deal with you.
Is that really true? Will you set up a meeting with Vea?
Well, it's not exactly a lie, and I don't want things to get out of hand. I'll arrange a meeting, provided Vea agrees. You let Eris know she's safe. Get him to stop hiring freelancers before someone gets hurt. I'll send word when we're ready.
This isn't how I imagined our reunion turning out.
Ah, were you imagining a hot bath, a bottle of wine, and a secluded cottage with a roaring fire? Me too. Instead, we're up to our armpits in the usual muck and mire, just like old times. All this, and things are looking up for my organization, too.
The organization?
I suppose if you're in for a sliver, you might as well be in for the log. I'm with the MORAG TONG, and what you witnessed was a legal murder. According to my writ, the orc had to die. So, I killed him. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to Vea.
Why do you care what happens to Vea?
Vea and I have a history. Her brother, too. They were good kids. Liked to watch me train. Now I feel responsible for her. When she came to me looking for help and asked to join the MORAG TONG, who was I to refuse?
You let her join the Morag
That
Tong?
was her decision, not mine. Vea's good with a blade and tracks like a Nord Ranger. She's a natural at this, and it gives me a chance to keep an eye on her. So now I'm her mentor and she's my apprentice. I wouldn't have it any other way.
What was that between you and the Malakath cultists?
That was poetry in motion. Not only is my organization getting choice assignments again, but we're starting to recover some of our prestige. Specifically, these Malakath cultists interfered with House Telvanni, so they had to be dealt with.
And the orc you just killed?
Oh, him? No one special. Just the leader of this particular band of mad cultists. His name was on the writ, so I had to end him. It's what I do, after all, and I do it so well.
Okay. Is there a nice quick exit here? Oh, there is. Hello, random little pony Gar. What are you doing in this cave? Ah, I have someone is clearing a path for me. We don't need to fight, I'm just gonna leave. The Morag Tong. Oh, I guess we're just heading back to town. That's not the way I came in. Farewell. Did I not? Wow, that Ogrim is not astute at all. I was like, I could sneeze on him. I could have. I never did see what aggroed over here for me. Oh, well, so much for better loading, because it still does that. It's not like it's gotten better either. I guess this is longer than I remembered.
How may I serve?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll love this news.
I'm surprised to see you back here, but I'm also relieved. Does this mean you have news about my daughter? Is she safe? Is she ready to come home?
Vea's safe. She's joined the Morag Tong and they're arranging a meeting.
Vea joined that cult of assassins? I was afraid she'd do something rash. What was she thinking? I don't see the Morag Tong as safe, but at least she's still alive, so I suppose that's something. When are we going to meet with my daughter?
Not us, just me. But tell me, what happened to Vea's brother?
She won't meet with me? No, I suppose she's not ready for that quite yet. As for Vea's brother, that was all the doing of the Redoran Council. I'm not allowed to discuss the details, but he's still alive, if that's what Vea is worried about.
Naryu said to call off the other freelancers or she'll take Vea and disappear.
Naryu's back in town? She's as stubborn as Vea. Very well. No other outsiders. Although I can't dismiss the mercenaries that Captain Brithen employs. House Redoran is my life, as is Vea. I'll do everything in my power to see her home safely.
Your daughter is safe, just let me handle this and I'll try to get her to meet with you.
As you say. No other outsiders. But there are rules, Outlander. I must do everything within reason to maintain the honor of House Redoran. Here, your first payment. Soon, however, I'll expect more than just a verbal confirmation of Vea's safety. When next you see her, tell my daughter that I want to talk to her. Vea can set the terms, and I expect her to stop running away when things don't go her way.
I'll convey the message, but I need to know exactly what you and Vea argued about.
Vea has always felt shackled by the rules of House Redoran, hobbled by the many duties and obligations it presses upon its subjects. After the situation involving her brother, she decided she wanted nothing more to do with the house, or with me.
So your strict observance of rules and obligations caused this rift between you and your daughter?
That may be an oversimplification, but I suppose your statement is accurate. I walk a narrow path between House Counselor and loving father. Unfortunately, the former often supersedes the latter. That's why I want to speak to Vea again.
I'll try to arrange a meeting as soon as I can. Oh, I got gloves. What do they do? Probably nothing. They sure don't. Hey, it's Asher.
Well, look at that. Now you said I'd find you here, and damn it all if she wasn't right. Did I mention how much I hate being a messenger? Makes me wish I had a writ so I could kill something. Anyway, Naryu wants to talk to you. Said you'd know what it was all about.
Alright, where do I need to go?
Here. This should explain everything, sort of. It's a map. We change locations every other day for security reasons. Just in case it falls into the hands of House Redoran or someone else with an axe to grind with our organization.
What do I do with this?
Never had to use a map before. Amateurs. This one leads to a key to one of our safe houses, and another map. The first map, it depicts a particular town. Kind of like this one. Hint, hint. The rest? Well, you'll have to figure that out on your own.
I'll try to decipher it.
Look, I know you're helping Councillor Eris, but if that map falls into House Redoran hands, I'll probably have to kill you. Nothing personal, mind you. We're already having a bit of trouble with the house, and we'd rather not make matters worse.
Do you always carry messages for Naryu Varian?
What are you implying? Can't a person do something nice to help out an ally every now and again? Oh, who am I kidding? I hate playing the messenger. Haven't you ever done something you hate because it was the right thing to do?
Yes.
Then you understand what I'm talking about. Being noble, doing the honorable thing. It can be a real pain in the arse, but a favor given becomes a favor returned. Eventually.
You're part of the Morag too, aren't you?
Well, look at you. You're a practical genius. Look, Naryu seems to trust you, so I suppose I have to trust you too. But that's a powerful secret you've been given. Betray us, and you'll find my blade in your back. Unless Naryu kills you first.
You mentioned trouble with House Redoran?
The Morag Tong has the authority to accept and carry out writs of execution. We keep the great houses from engaging in all-out war, They rarely appreciate the work we do on their behalf. House Redorin in particular wants to shut us down.
Why?
The other houses have used us to take Redorin down a peg or two of late. To be frank, for all their vaunted honor, the house cries foul whenever someone gets the better of them. Our status is tenuous enough without Redorin's constant harassment.
Your status is tenuous.
As I understand it, the Morag Tong made mistakes in the past, grew too arrogant. We had to lay low for more than a century. Now, we're taking select contracts, working to re-establish our reputation. It's not our fault most of them concern Redorin.
Okay. Oh, that's an actual usable. Well, that's easy. That's. I mean, it's like one of the only notable features of this town besides the houses themselves. Oh wait, maybe it's not as easy as I thought. That looks like... Oh. I was looking at the wrong one. I can't get out of this boat. I can't get out of the boat. Okay, if I'm really quick double tapping... That's an oversight.
What is it?
That is... Oh, where is that tree? It's either in the front or the back of the town, but I'm not sure. It's not this tree. It almost looks like that tree. Ah, here it is. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's almost like the thieves' dens. Or outlaw sanctuaries, whatever they're called, dens. Hello. Ooh, Star. Oh, it's Star! Wow, that was a long time ago.
Sorry about all the subterfuge, but we can't be too careful when it comes to security around here.
Can I meet with Vea now?
Don't be so eager, my darling. It reveals too much about your ultimate intentions. But yes, Vea would very much like to meet with you. You intrigue her, and your connection to her father could prove beneficial once she knows she can trust you.
And how do I know she can trust me?
Redorin records. House officials keep track of everything. Incidents, commendations, births and deaths. Whether important or mundane, they detail it all in their registry. Vea believes the registry contains information about her brother Ulrang.
She wants me to steal the House Redorin registry.
Don't sound so offended. You had to know your hands were going to get dirty eventually. You are dealing with assassins and politicians, after all. The local keeper of records, Lord Drano, is away, so security at his townhouse should be light.
Steal the registry from Lord Drano's townhouse. Got it. Boop. Gonna have to sneak. Well, good thing I have my my leniency edicts, because I'll probably get caught with this armor. I don't have my super armor. What is that rumbling? That's not thunder. What was that? Switch to third person. Woohoo! Kind of makes me wish I had my armor. Oh, that's not an invincible guard. That's interesting. Oh, wait, I remember this. There's like a guard that... Yeah, there's a guard that patrols this section. Okay. Whoops, this is not the way to go. Oh, we need to go in there. They won't see me through this. This is like too specifically placed, right? What do you mean detected? Bullshit. Okay, there's a guard right in there. Veteran Blade Master. That's an interesting place that she's looking. I'm stuck. Go please, go please. There's not really any places to hide here. Oh, that's not where she was standing before. Oh. Yikes, she was coming right at me. Okay, now where's this one? I don't know how long she was standing. Yeah, okay. Better come back this way. Don't come through the door. Wait, don't come through the door. What are you doing? Shoo. Shoo. Scat. Skedaddle. Why does she get, like, make a weird bend when she walks that way? Okay, and then this guard was up there. They should walk away from this point, right? Yeah. Beautiful! I didn't even have my good armor. Where'd I go? That was scary. Problem is, it's like rarely a mission that requires stealth like that. So it's not like I just keep the armor on. I mean, I could get the banker assistant, but I would hate to spend money just for that thing. I see no reason to get the banker or the merchant assistants. It just seems silly.
Still alive, I see. And since you're here, that means you weren't captured and hauled off to a Redoran dungeon. Good for you. Were you able to acquire the registry? Does it contain any information about Thea's brother, Ulran?
The book mentions that someone named Ulran was stripped of his rank and exiled.
Ulran was exiled? That can't be right. He's an exemplary officer and a good man. Plus, he's the son of a counselor. Why in oblivion would House Redoran banish one of their brightest stars?
That's what it says in the registry.
I can see that. There has to be more to the story, but I'm not sure how we get it. Still, you proved you could be trusted, and you admirably performed this task. So I suppose I should let you meet with Vea now.
Where is she?
There's an abandoned cave along the coast. It's in the swamp and smells like rot, which makes it the perfect place to hide. Vea's supposed to wait inside, but she's bored. I know she's been sneaking out. You'll find her in the cave or just outside.
I'll go find her.
Get to the swamp and find Vea. She's eager for any information about her brother, so she's really going to appreciate getting that registry. Just try not to be too charming when you meet her hero. She has enough distractions as it is.
The place looks comfortable. Oh, this place looks comfortable. Why hide Vea out in the swamp?
Vea would face too many temptations here in Balmora. Friends, favorite places, familiar sights and sounds. Not to mention the proximity to all things House Redoran. Even the most thick-headed house guard would eventually stumble over her.
Well, thanks for trusting me with your secret hiding places.
Oh, don't thank me, hero. As long as you're useful and don't betray us, then we're engaged in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Cross us in any way, however, and you'll never see my blade before it plunges into your heart.
Do you know Vea's brother well?
Well enough. Ulran and Vea used to sneak out to watch me train. I have a way with blades that fascinated them to no end. Eventually, our fondness developed between the three of us. And to think, I never even had a nick sound growing up.
Doesn't being in the MORAG TONG make such relationships difficult?
It's not like personal relationships are against the rules, though I suppose they are sort of frowned upon. Anyway, my assignments always brought me back to Vardenfell, so we were able to keep in touch and visit even as they grew older.
And you don't think Ulran could do something terrible enough to warrant exile?
Anything's possible, but the Ulran I know holds honor above all else. I can't believe he'd do something so dishonorable that the house leaders would demand his exile. We need to find out more about what happened.
Why does Vea keep sneaking out of the cave?
Vea's young, bored, and stubborn. That makes for a volatile combination. She wants fresh air and freedom. I can't blame her for that. I can blame her for assuming I'm not aware of her little excursions. I thought I trained her better than that.
Do you think she's in any danger?
Danger's a relative term, especially when you're dealing with relatives. Vea can make her own decisions. If she wants to risk getting caught by House Redren, that's on her head, especially since she knows they've been searching that area.
Oh, there's Asher, enjoying a piece of bread.
Now you goes too easy on Vea. When my master trained me, her word was law, and the only acceptable response on my part was, as you command. But what do I know? Vea's not my apprentice.
You just keep eating your bread, Asher. I love that in like the Elder Scrolls. It's not just in this game, they do it in the other games too, you'll see people do it, but just like eat an entire loaf of bread. Don't put anything on it, just eat the entire loaf. Shove it in your mouth. Today's... oh, okay. Oh, so those crown crates should be out soon. I was right, by the way. They... oh, hello.
And you're sure it's Vea? House Redren isn't emptying its coffers so you can chase your own tails out here.
You pay the war claws well, because the war claws are the best there is. We have the kit in scent. It's just a matter of time before my warriors catch her.
Of course, Ferhara. Just make sure she doesn't get out of the swamp. I'll take my soldiers and guard the eastern paths, in case she eludes your warriors again. Ah, the Councillor's lackey. I understand you've made significant progress in your search for Vea. As a matter of fact, so have we. This whole ordeal will be over soon, and then you can be on your way, Outlander.
Over? What makes you say that?
My mercenaries have spotted Vea skulking about the northern portion of the swamp. Between my soldiers and Ferhara's war claws, the Councillor's daughter will soon be home safe and sound.
What do you know about Ulran's exile?
Vea's brother. It's a sad story. Killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander of all things. I think they were being too lenient when they simply exiled him. But that's how they treat the privileged few.
Vea's brother killed a Redren soldier?
Ulran always had an unnatural attraction to the Ashlanders and their savage ways. He felt that an Ashlander life was worth more than a Redren life. The Council didn't agree with his assessment. This will all be over as soon as Ferhara finds Vea.
Who are Ferhara's war claws?
Khajiit mercenaries of the highest order. For members of a lesser race,
Oh, right, races.
Ferhara's warriors are surprisingly effective. I employ them to bolster our forces. Between obligations to the Pact and other matters, House Redren is spread thin of late.
Councillor Eris hired me to find his daughter, and that's what I plan to do.
As you say, Ferhara's war claws take their contract as seriously as you do, however. Get in their way, and I can't guarantee your safety.
I'll keep that in mind.
Ferhara assumes the Councillor's minions will not present a problem for the war claws. Yes, Captain?
The Outlanders have been warned, Ferhara. I leave everything else to your discretion.
Scary. So they just... Are they aggressive? No. I guess they'll be aggressive when I'm leaving. Oh, I guess, yep, that's her.
Stupid wall claws. Now I know how a mouse feels.
Hi.
By the three! You really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that. If you're working with those mercenaries, I assure you, you won't take me without a fight.
I'm working with Naryu. I have information concerning your brother.
Oh, right. Now you mentioned something about that. Look, I can't wait to hear what you learned. But the swamp is crawling with mercenaries. There's a cave to the northeast. We can talk there.
Take it on and I'll follow you.
Unfortunately, there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave. I was going to try and sneak past them, but every time I get too close, I think one of them catches my scent.
Alright, I'll deal with the war claws. You get to the cave.
You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws? I'm impressed. Meet me at the cave when you're finished. I think we have a lot to talk about. Oh, try not to get killed. I really want to know what you came all this way to tell me.
I'll see you in the cave shortly.
Meet me in the cave to the north when you finish with the mercenaries.
Do I really get... That seems a little extreme to kill them.
I can smell the dark elf kitten. Looks like we're the first ones here.
Mender, you go first.
Warclaws! Let's flay this outsider!
I don't see that happening. Oh, my drink wore off. How silly of me to not refill. Reconsume. One second, I'll leave with you, folks. Am I being attacked by a dreg? I sure am. What he thought he was doing. How did he even become a part of this fight?
Show up.
I feel like I shouldn't have had to kill them. Oh my god, that was like solid. I was holding for 3 seconds waiting for it to... Malapi Cave! The honorable warriors of the Great House Redoran are the hereditary defenders of Morrowind. To be a noble of House Redoran requires more than being a great warrior, however. One must follow the triune virtues of duty, gravity, and piety. Okay. Duty, gravity, and piety. Gravity seems the odd man out in that vocabulary, but okay. This cave doesn't seem so bad. I can believe the smell thing. Oh, there's a different cave, I guess?
What do you think of my luxurious accommodations? It's got dirt and rock, fungus and a poultry fire, all the comforts of home. Anyway, you said you had information about my brother, Oran. What did you find out?
According to the House Redoran Registry, your brother Ularen was stripped of his rank and exiled.
No, that can't be right. Ulran's honorable and noble. He's a model soldier. What could he have possibly done to warrant being banished?
According to Captain Briven, Ulran killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander.
What? My brother has always been interested in the Ashlanders. Even showed them a kindness the rest of the house doesn't approve of. But for him to kill someone, especially one of his own soldiers, something terrible must have happened.
Any idea where we can find these Ashlanders? They may be able to tell us about the incident.
I know the tribe that Oran liked to help. Brought them supplies and such. He'd go and visit their camp whenever our father wasn't paying attention. Will you go with me to talk to them? Wait, someone's coming.
Get behind me.
She can handle herself just fine, hero. Vea, grab your things. It's time to go.
Go? Why? What's going on?
The Warclaws are marching toward this cave along with half the House Redoran soldiers in Balmora. We need to go now.
Damn it. They must have followed us. I'll get my stuff.
Are you gonna be mad at me for some reason? I had nothing to do with this.
Dealing with an arrogant, impatient, overconfident young woman. Now I know how my mother must have felt. We need to move. It won't take those damn cats long to find this place, not with their sense of smell.
What do you
The
suggest?
back tunnels. Better than heading out the front door and right into the main contingent of Redoran troops. Councillor Eris brought additional soldiers from town. He's intent on getting his daughter, and he may have the numbers to do it.
So the back tunnels it
One more
is.
thing. The back tunnels wind their way through territory that House Redoran recently acquired. We may run into some resistance, but it shouldn't be as bad as what's waiting outside the front of the cave.
We'll just have to be careful then.
Does the ceiling look unstable to you?
Search everywhere. Captain Briggen thinks the Councillor's Kitty might try to escape through these tunnels.
Damn! Those cat bastards are harder to shake than a blind date.
Okay. Why did that drag over there get dazed? Oh, that's right, you can get fish from drag. I forgot that. Which doesn't make sense, because they are clearly crab monsters. Holy cannolis, this place is big. Should I go that way? Let's go this way, what the hell? Do I only have one? Oh no, I guess Naryu didn't tag along with the pair of us. Long and dumb wind up here.
This looks promising. Let's give it a try.
I love these crystals. I don't love these dregs. Interesting creature to be affiliated or have an affinity for water and lightning. Those things generally don't mix well. I just remember the first time I saw a dreg when I was playing Oblivion, which I believe, yeah, I recorded that moment. It's ooh, I did not like them. They looked even creepier, or bizarre, I guess is the word for them in that game. They don't look that much different, honestly, but something with the low polygon nightmare fuel of that game really contributed. Oh, this is deep water. Contributed to
That
them.
must be the way out. I just hope there aren't any Redorans up there.
Oh, you shouldn't jinx it. Come on. Ooh.
Oh no, we're surrounded! And that's my father! What's he doing here?
Sweep the cave.
Father ruins everything. I'm so close to finding my brother and he shows up to drag me back home. Well, I'm not going back without a fight.
I'll cause a distraction so you can get out of here.
You do that for me. Thanks, I guess. But what can you possibly do against all those soldiers? My father brought the whole damn army with him this time.
Your father hired me to find you and set up a meeting. I might as well give him a progress report.
Clever. Tell my father whatever he wants to hear. That might actually work. Afterward, meet me at the Ashlander camp to the south. My brother would often visit that particular tribe. It's as good a place as any to start.
Will you meet with your father after you find your brother?
Once I find Oran and make sure he's alright, I'll meet with my father. But that meeting will be on my terms, not his. And tell him to call off his soldiers, or I might change my mind. That should buy us some time.
Halt! Who goes there?
Me!
Stand down. These outlanders work for me.
Is there more than one of me? Hey, Sourpuss.
Look what the cats almost dragged in. I'm not sure what happened in the cave, but I suspect you have a lot to answer for, Outlander.
The captain reported that he had seen you in the area. There are also multiple reports that Vea has been spotted. Tell me, have you seen my daughter? I won't sleep well until she's home, safe and sound.
I thought we agreed you wouldn't use any other outsiders.
I also said that the captain has his own resources. The war claws report to Briven, not me. Look, we're all just trying to get my daughter home safely. Now, tell me what Vea's thinking.
Vea will meet with you, but on her own terms. All these soldiers have scared her away.
It was a gamble, I admit. An opportunity I couldn't let slip away. You won't make me feel guilty about trying to find my daughter. So, where and when will Vea meet with me?
Soon. She asked me to do one more thing, and then she'll be ready to meet with you.
Very well. We'll do this her way. Vea can be as stubborn as her mother sometimes. But tell my daughter that my patience won't last forever. Next time, I expect Vea to be with you. Or I might just let Captain Briven do this his way.
I'll let her know.
Do as I command, and let them pass.
No, they couldn't stop me if they wanted. A man with a I don't know what kind of pot that is. It's like a saucepan, I guess.
There certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails. This is disturbing.
I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Redoran thinking? And what in the name of the three have they done with the Ashlanders?
You're sure this was an Ashlander camp?
My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place, so full of life. I know House Redoran wants to expand along the western coast, but I never expected they'd set the Warclaws loose like this.
Do you think your brother and the Ashlanders are still here?
If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I. Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad. We need to see if we can find out what happened here.
I'll look around and see what I can find.
I really want to help, but Nario won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached. She's so fond of reminding me. We'll hang around and wait for you to find something before we move in.
Stay out of the way of the war claws until I find out where your brother is.
I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redoran hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Nario. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Vea! You know I hate that title.
Okay. We can do this without aggroing the entire... Where are they? I don't even see it. Oh. Wise woman. You seem... okay.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical invaders, but looks can be deceiving. What do you seek, stranger?
I'm looking for Ulran Relith.
Ah, Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true to his heart. Ulran is here. He tried to stand against the Redorans, just as they detained me within this yurt.
Where's Ulran now?
I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance? Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp, maybe even more so.
Tell me more about this mine.
It's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well until the Redorans and their warclaws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Warclaw Irgazar carries the key, but there is a spare in the supply yurt.
I'll get the key and locate Ulran.
Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the supply yurt, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek within Kudanok's depths.
Why didn't they send you to the mine with the rest of your people?
To keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice. And I certainly can't compel them to rebel against these invaders.
I can help you escape.
I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people, at least for now. The war claws have treated me well so far. They believe I can make their tails fall off if I so choose. Who am I to dissuade such creatures from their beliefs?
Oh, that's why I didn't see anyone. I'll just take that key. I'll take this fish. There was definitely more than 2 fish in that pile. Kudanet Mine. Though initially opened with great fanfare, the promising ebony vein in Kudanet Mine was actually quite shallow, and the mine was soon played out. They like to mine their ebony and glass. Big Dunmer mining prospects. Nords also like mine ebony. Makes sense, they're neighbors. Actually, I don't know that you mine glass? I guess you do, but it's not actually glass. It's just called that. It's just a crystalline thing.
We're just going to
And
find
the captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
Oh, that's not completely evil.
Intruders! War claws! Attack!
I think he's glitched. I'll kill one of them before. There we go.
Down here! Come on! What's that smell?
Veya, stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods! They murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Oran! Oran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead. You just can't!
That captain's
You
evil.
shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. Not to mention the son of a house councillor. Doesn't make any sense.
If he tried to defend the Ashlanders.
I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a Redrun, even an exiled one, that's presumptuous even for the war clause. I wonder if Eris knows about this. I'm not sure how Vea's going to get her answers now.
I found the speaking stone on Ulrin's body.
I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to record and send important messages. They're expensive and as rare as a sober Nord, but Oron was always attracted to the contrivances of other cultures. Shall we see what it has to say?
Sure. Oh.
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother.
Oh, I actually speak to him?
You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come to Balmora and were causing trouble, I was dubious to say the least. I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, my soldier drew his sword. Before I could intervene, my soldier's blade struck him down. I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. Before I knew it, I was dragged before the Redoran Council and exiled. I never even got to say farewell to my sister. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter, but House Redoran's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to talk to them, just in case I made this stone for my sister Veya.
Oran! Damn it! What am I supposed to do now?
Well, you can dig him out of the wall, because I don't think he's supposed to be there.
Oran's not supposed to be dead. That wasn't the way this was supposed to end. What am I gonna do now? Damn Oran for leaving me that damn message! And damn him for dying on me! gods, I miss my brother.
I'm sorry for your
I
loss,
still
Vea.
don't understand. Oran said someone set him up to fall. Who would do such a thing? And why would they do it? Oran never wanted to hurt anyone.
Sounds like your brother was a good man.
So that's why they exiled him? That's why they killed him? He was too damn good? That's the problem? We've got to find out who did all this. They won't get away with this. I won't allow it.
We'll find him.
Oh, I'll find them all right. And when I do, they'll pay for what happened to Oran. I swear by Mafala's sacred web and the first blood my blade ever tasted, I'm going to avenge my brother.
That sounds not like a good idea. Are you?
I agree with Ulran's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden on Vea, though. What was Ulran thinking?
You don't think we should continue to investigate Ulran's death?
I didn't say that. I'm just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Redoran. And we don't even have a writ to protect us.
So what do we do next?
I'm going to take Vea and head back to our safe house in Balmora. They found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. The Morag Tong has rules. If I break them, I'll have to deal with the consequences.
Tell me about the rules.
We can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, it's just murder. So, without proof and a proper writ, my hands are tied.
I suppose I should let Counselor Eris know about his son.
You do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in the House Redoran is involved, and I'd rather not see you wind up like these poor Ashlanders. Vea and I still need your help to get to the bottom of all of this. We'll see you in Balmora, hero.
Ugh. The plot thickens and it's a very gross, thick soup. It's, politics! It's politics! It's horrible, terrible politics. I guess that's how the great houses operate, though. They're just all politics. It seems so miserable. Why am I going south? Oh, I had not realized I was here? How did I... Huh, okay. What town is this? It seems difficult to have your town right next to Daedric ruins. I'm sure you get a lot of unsolicited annoyances. Especially because Dark Elves in this time don't worship Daedra. Oh, come on. I don't think he knew about this. That's a comically large book. I just noticed that now. And that's a comically large quill to write with. Everything on this desk is like comically large compared to her.
And so the Outlander returns, as we discussed in the swamp. I expected you to return with Vea, or present me with a time and place for us to meet. Tell me, Outlander, which is it to be?
There was a complication.
Complication? What kind of complication? I ordered my soldiers to stand down and let you do things your way. But instead of results, you bring me excuses.
Your son is dead. He was killed during the House Redoran raid on the Ashlander camp.
No, that's not possible. My son was banished, ordered to leave Vardenfell and never return. Why would he disobey me and go to those savages?
Vea was with me. She confirmed it was her brother Ulrin.
Vea was with you? And you left her out there? By the three, everything is unraveling no matter how hard I try to maintain control. I need you to do something else for me, if you would, Outlander.
What else do you need me to do, Counselor?
Tell my daughter I'm sorry. Tell her she needs to stay away until I can calm things down. I don't want to see anything happen to her. Promise me. And take this. Consider it payment for your efforts thus far. If you'll excuse me, I need some time to consider everything you've told me. Once I determine the best way to proceed, I'll contact you. In the meantime, make sure Vea stays away from Balmora and House Redoran.
Did you order the attack on the Ashlander camp?
It was never meant to be an attack. I sent Captain Briven to clear land that already belonged to House Redoran. The Ashlanders were given an opportunity to depart. The situation didn't have to turn violent. Those damn savages should have just left.
It was an Ashlander camp. How is that Redoran
House
land?
Redoran has been slowly expanding in that direction for years. We claimed that area almost a year ago, but we were forced to temporarily abandon it when a massive ash storm hit. Before we could return, the Ashlanders moved in.
Oh, why not just let them use the land? They're nomads. They would live left eventually.
Redoran depends on that land for hunting and resources. The Ashlanders are like a plague of insects. They sweep into an area, take everything, and move on. We couldn't allow them to do that here. So, I sent Captain Briven to convince them otherwise.
Sounds like I need to talk to Captain Briven. Where can I find him?
The captain serves House Redoran with honor and dedication. He's out doing his job. If Briven had anything to do with my son's death, he would have reported it to me. He'd have no reason to keep such news from me and the other counselors.
Ulrin left behind a speaking stone. His last message indicated he planned to talk to Briven.
I'll speak to Briven when he returns. But understand, the captain operated under my orders. He's an exemplary soldier and an upstanding member of the House. Like me, everything he does is for the betterment of House Redoran.
Are you sure, though? I guess for the house, sure. Hey, it does nothing. Why? Why all these things that do nothing? Ooh, another triptych.
Can I help you?
No, you can't. Man, I'm excited to see just all this city travel in this one, or in this expansion, this DLC, whatever. Oh, hey, Asher.
Over here.
Is making me excited to see what we're going to see in Greymore, because we're going to Solitude.
Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what Vea must be going through right now, but she shouldn't be alone. That's why I came looking for you.
Why me? Isn't Naryu with her?
Naryu has responsibilities to tend to. MORAG TONG responsibilities. Understand? She left me to keep Vea company, but I'm not very good at spouting words of comfort and solace. Unless I can kill something, I'm very good at that.
So you want me to talk to Vea?
You do understand. And now you implied you're as dense as the ash storms coming off Red Mountain. Good to know even the Mother of Blades can be wrong. Vea's upset, and not just about her brother. She wanted to go with Naryu.
Alright, I'll go talk to Vea.
Naryu's job concerns House Redoran. That's why she didn't want Vea to accompany her on this one. Vea's grief-stricken, angry, and ready to lash out at anyone and anything. So keep your head low and try not to upset her.
Sounds like you had some experience getting on Vea's bad side.
I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Women, especially, find me exasperating. Irresistible, but exasperating. It's a gift.
Okay. Why does Vea want to go with Naryu?
Something about who Naryu's target is. Thinks the target may know something about what happened to her brother. Look, I'm not even sure how Vea found out who Naryu's target is, and I don't want to know. Just go and talk to her, please.
Any advice?
Carefully, and with your hands empty and clearly visible. She's in the safe house beneath Balmora. Or at least that's where I left her. But I didn't lock the door, so I suppose she could be anywhere by now. I suggest you hurry and get down there.
Okay. Wait, how do we get there? Wow, it's like right across the street from her house. I didn't put that together.
Oh, it's you. Sorry about that.
I mean, hi?
Did Arshos send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is going to find my dagger in their stomach. Gods, I'm not mad at you. I'm just annoyed at everybody right now.
Do you want me to leave?
No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I need to be doing something. Sitting down here in the dark, hiding, that's not going to solve anything.
But now you're told you to stay here.
I know, but Nariu's writ. It involves a Redoran counselor. Exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. The counselor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Nariu executes the writ. Do this for me, and I promise to stay here.
Alright, where can I find Nariu?
Well, Nariu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenum Manor, out in the swamp.
Oh, is that where I passed?
Smelly cave, actually.
Okay, I'll go there.
I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenum Manor. My father used to say it was used by counselors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted business that required a certain degree of privacy.
Have you given any thought to your brother's message?
That's all I've been doing, thinking. And I think Ulran was right. I think someone wanted him out of the way, and they orchestrated the event with the Ashlanders to do it. Someone played my brother for a fool, and it cost him his life.
What can you tell me about Captain Briven?
Briven's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and regulations of House Redoran. Ulran and Briven were best friends, even if they argued from time to time.
What do they argue about?
Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders. You name an issue, and Ulran and Briven were probably on opposite sides of the argument. It got to the point where I had to ignore both of them or they'd drive me insane.
I told your father what happened to Ulran.
You did? How did he take it? I mean, he didn't know that my brother was dead.
He didn't, and he seemed as upset as you are over the
Really?
news.
I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us, in his own way. But what else did he say? Did he know that Ulran had been banished?
He told Ulran to go to the mainland. He didn't expect to find him to turn it. He didn't expect him to turn to the Ashlanders for shelter.
He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. Either of them. That's why I had to get away. Join the Morag Tong. At least Nariu understands me. Mostly.
Your father said you should avoid House Redoran until he can sort out what happened.
I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother, who was involved, and then I'm going to make them pay. Just you watch.
I don't want to watch that. I'll take your word for it. Asher, are you down here? No. Where else is he? He shows up in elsewhere. I feel like he shows up in another... Maybe he doesn't. He might not, actually. We have to deal with a potentiate. A potentate? I forget the word. It's an Akaviri thing. It was an interesting side quest, actually. I should be collecting like all the little plants and stuff around, but I'm not, because even they could have furnishings in them, but they're so comically rare, there's really no point to it. I think they knew how comically rare some of it was, so they like had them included. I don't think it was in this year's Witches Festival, but the year before. You could get them in like the
I
loot.
expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting. I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way?
She stayed in Balmora. She wants me to see what your target knows about Ulran's exile and murder.
I know Vea wants answers. But this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help.
What do you need me to do?
First, don't kill any veterans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Ulron's exile, while I figure out how to deal with the counselor.
Okay.
We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morag Tong will have my head.
Do you often receive writs that call for the death of high-ranking house officials?
It's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking officials. The Grand Master is cautious when it comes to accepting such a high-profile writ. Apparently, though, this target has been very bad.
What did the counselor do?
Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redrin and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game, and her coffers were overflowing. Until someone noticed.
What gave her away?
I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes complacent and lets her guard down. She made a mess. Now I get to clean it up, for the good of Dunmer society.
Why do you think Ulron was really exiled?
That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. Once we discover who Ulron's torchbug is, we'll have a clearer understanding of why they set him up, and why he had to die.
You think Ulron's death was all part of the plan?
I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Ulron was in the wrong place at the wrong time, both in Balmora and again in the Ashlander camp. In addition to whatever you can find here, we should also talk to Captain Briven.
You think Captain Briven's involved in all this?
Briven's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what took place after Ulron left us that message.
Did you need to leave Vea behind?
Vea's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. She's been through a lot, and her actions reflect on me and my status in the Morag Tong. She may not appreciate it right now, but I'm trying to keep the both of us on track.
So you're accountable for Vea's actions.
That's how it works. Her actions are my actions. Vea goes out and executes 3 writs. I share the credit and get praised for training my apprentice. On the other hand, if she kills someone without a writ, the Morag Tong takes both our heads.
Morag Tong rules are that stringent?
They have to be. My order came this close to being eliminated. It's only recently that we've started to make a comeback, and only in Dunmer territory. If we can't control the actions of our members, we'll be hunted down and destroyed for sure.
Avoid killing soldiers. That's... Oh my god, I actually have to stealth here? There's no way. There's just no way. Is she with me? Oh god, she is. Oh my god. Did she just... Oh. No, it's a he. Did they just stop in the doorway?
The front door's guarded like a bank vault. Maybe there's another way in through one of the buildings by the docks.
By the docks, you say? Hmm? Is this not where we're supposed to be
This
going?
looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
Ah, we got a torch boy over there. I don't know where else. What's your route, sir? Ooh, that's not a good place to stop. That's not a good place at all. You gonna come back this way? Maybe I should have preemptively gotten... Oh, wait. Oh, there you come like that. Preemptively have gotten my stealth armor for this. Wonder how many more missions in this chain are going to involve just being super stealthy. Oh! Hello, miss. I'm just going to hide in this barrel, don't mind me. Where's she going? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna... Patience is a virtue. What? Who is detecting me for a split second? The problem is, I won't attack anyone, no matter what. Nario, on the other hand, being my companion here, might just attack anyone who initiates combat with us. Okay, we're in the basement, so that's cool. Seems safe here.
See what you can find pertaining to Ulran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvar.
Well, how the hell do I... How do I sneak over there? That seems impossible. There's a dude like... Oh, okay. Okay, there's definitely a guy right there.
If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming
Are they just
council
cooking
meeting.
something over there?
I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions.
Okay, I need to see where this guy is going. And you're not moving, right? Good. So, City Mix sits a lot, is not moving. But that guy... walking over that way and goes to admire the swords on the wall. That's fine. But there's a dude in this room. Oh, but he's distracted, so it's fine.
So House Redoran issued an advisory against the MORAG TONG? Fat lot of good that's going to do the councillor.
I guess we need to go up the stairs too. This is going fairly well. If I have to escape after this, I might just...
Damn the luck. I was hoping for a quick stab.
Oh my gosh, you said damn the luck.
The councillor might actually know something about Ulran. So Councillor Dolvar does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute the walking pile of pond scum.
Don't we need to find out what she knows about Ulran?
Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case. Still doesn't mean I'm happy about blurring the line between helping Vea and performing my duty as a MORAG TONG.
What do you think about the other information we found?
We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmora. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely sanctioned by the House, and Dolvara was present when Ulran was exiled.
And that all means...
That means we have to get Dolvara to spill her guts before I spill her guts. Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dolvara wields her feminine charms the way I wield my daggers. Don't let her seduce you into doing something stupid before I end her.
Now, where exactly are we going? Is she still in this house? She must be, right? What are the odds I can,
Be
like,
quick
jump
with
off
your
the balcony?
questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
You must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now,
Sure.
well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more scruffy. I have a meeting with House Halalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you to seal our partnership, you understand?
I'd love to spend some time with you. First, why don't you tell me about Ulran Relith?
The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff. Ulron was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him.
Who tested Ulran? Who killed him?
Ulron's dead. I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ulron's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
Oh, nothing. I was just curious now. Weren't we about to get to know each other a little better?
You aren't clever enough or pretty enough to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did she go bleh?
Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulran.
Better.
More proof that Dolvra was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez.
Yes.
That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices.
It sounds like the captain is spreading Ulran soldiers to the four winds to make a fresh start.
Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear.
Should I let Vea know what we discovered first?
I suppose. She's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear something. Go talk to Vea while I present my writ to the authorities. I can't wait to see the look on the Redoran Magister's face when I tell him what his counselor was up to.
I'll go talk to Vea. Oh man. Maybe I can just, like, jump off the balcony? I think it's, like, barred up. Oh, actually, I may be able to cheese it a little over here. I think I can. It's just a matter of... Ow. Where I think, oh, yep, there's two guards right there. That's a problem. There's a Nix ad in here. Okay. I think I should be okay if I just go like this, right? I had trouble with this the first time I did it. Where was the guard? There they are. I think I'm just going to... No, I'm not going to start running. That might be the worst thing I could possibly do here. Are you kidding me? Give me a break. Can you not? I'm out of your territory. Stop. Left. Okay, that's a dwarven ruin, I think. Now I've got to wait for this bounty to decrease. It should take 6 minutes, I think. Unless it's just a little bit over, and it might take more. Well, how am I gonna get into town with a bounty? Huh. Especially to what is essentially the middle of the town. Let's see, is there a guard right at the entrance? Boy, there sure is. Oh, but what if I went in via the water? Maybe this is gonna work? Man, that's not fair. That dude was right behind a tree. Good news, there's no guards at the base of the dock. I can't even get on the dock. There's a guard right there, though. That is a problem. Maybe on the other side it's fine. Guard down here. Man, they really don't like to patrol down here, do they? See no guards.
Please.
Okay, I can jump down here. Beautiful. Hello. Is Asher here?
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead and nothing can change that.
We know where to find the soldiers who were with Ulra on the day of the incident.
What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redarin honor. Still, I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk.
I don't think you should leave the safe house until Naryu gets back.
More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oren's death. House councillors, Redarin soldiers, Ashlanders, whoever it is, they need to pay.
We discovered that Captain Briven might have had a role in Ulrin's troubles.
Briven was Oren's best friend. But did he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't. Other than Naryu and Asher, you might be the only friend I have left. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me.
The Tellum squad, they're scanning the old fort, but I really think we should wait for Naryu.
There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince.
A few more moments.
We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. I'll leave Naryu a note. She can meet us at the fort. I'm going. Either come with me or get out of my way.
Alright, I'll help you find the soldiers.
Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormoran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oren's death soon. Then blood will flow.
Blood will flow? Don't you need a writ to kill someone?
As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, to find the soldiers, we're probably going to have to carve a path through those cultists. The Morag Tong won't care about that.
I thought Naryu was responsible for your actions.
That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Naryu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Naryu, not you. And certainly not me.
Don't force me to choose between you and Naryu.
No, never. You and Naryu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Ulran. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled.
Do you know Vatola tell him?
I know Vatala.
Oh, Vatala.
He's a typical Redoran soldier, loyal to a fault, always spouting nonsense about house and honor above all. He was devoted to my brother, though. Ulran considered him to be one of his best.
Why didn't Vatala stand up for Ulran at his trial?
Ulran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own. He probably told Vatala and his soldiers to remain quiet. Decided to take responsibility and save them any heartache. I hope these soldiers remember that when we find them.
Hey, bounty's gone. What did you just give me? A helmet. Wait a minute. Have I been neglecting... Wait. Was it morphed? I'm so confused. Yeah, it was. Okay, so... Weird. I didn't think you get XP once you hit rank 4 of a skill. I didn't understand why it was tracking.
That was a great deed. Rescue.
Should I do the Telvanni story too? Because even this one's more involved than I remembered. And it is interesting, and it does reward a skill point, and that kind of was the criteria I've been adhering to. Wow, how did you get... Okay. Should I...
You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Vatala and his squad. They're probably hiding. Or dead. They better not be dead.
Have you seen Naryu yet?
Naryu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more about what happened to Ulran won't last much longer. We need to find that squad of soldiers.
We should really wait for Naryu before we do anything rash.
Fine. You wait for Naryu. I'm going to go and find those soldiers.
Alright, we'll handle this your way. Any idea where we should look for the soldiers?
Their orders were to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we search along the outskirts and see if we can pick up their trail.
Oh, there are many spots for potential trail. Is that a heavy sack? It is.
Bedroll. Still wrapped and ready to use. Standard issue for a Redoran soldier.
Okay, cool. Great. Awesome. Alright, we're gonna fight. Narcotic. Wait, narcotic. Who were narcotics again?
Eyes to the shadows of brothers and sisters. Thieves lurk
A Redoran officer's sword. No Redoran soldier would leave that behind willingly.
Is this the same group we saw before? Or am I thinking of a different group? Oh! Oh my. Corporal Darvel.
Corporal Darvel. I knew him. But the others,
Do you think
they're
the
civilians.
miners were feeding that
They
troll?
must have taken Tellem's soldiers inside.
And that's where we're going. Lormarin's stronghold. Oh, there's another load screen. Oh, it's a Clavicus Vile group.
Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Who's that? We won't let you take us without a fight. Wait, Bea, is that you?
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
I'm not sure what you and Vea are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vea to her father. Councillor Eris has been terribly worried since she disappeared.
First, we want to know what happened to Ulrich.
This isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this cage, and then we can find a private place to talk.
Any idea where I can find the key to your cage?
One of the cultists carries the key. I don't think he's too far away. We hear him patrolling around every so often. Free us, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. You have my word as a veteran and as an officer.
You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Oh, that's
Vea,
ominous.
I'm just trying to protect you.
From what?
That's ebony armor. Cool. That's a Brotherhood candle. Oh, Curate Scallies.
Another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains.
Alright, well that kind of nailed the coffin situation. Alright, let's clear it. You summoned this gauntlet.
Hey, wait! You can't leave us like this.
Uh-oh.
How did the Ashlanders find out about the relic?
I knew I shouldn't have told Vea the truth. I just made everything worse. Please let us out of here. We have to stop Vea before she does something she'll regret.
Where's Vea? Tell me what
I
happened.
told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town and set up a situation for Ulran to deal with.
What kind of situation?
My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Ulran to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Who expected Ulran to kill his own soldier to save a savage?
You said you were following orders. Who gave them? I think I know.
Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time. As soon as I explained all this to Vea, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. You need to let me out so I can warn the captain.
Here's the key, but I want you to stay out of this. I'll deal with Vea.
Thank you. Now, get to Balmora and stop Vea before she does something she'll regret.
Can I, though? Can I stop her?
Has anyone recovered the staff yet?
Oh! Okay, that person speaking reminded me of where we saw them. She said, has anyone recovered the staff? These are the dudes that were in that mine that Chodala stole the staff from. The Sunara. How did they even get it in the first place? Are you? Where are you? Are you? Are you?
Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good.
And it is?
I leave you and Vea alone.
Wait a minute.
I leave you and Vea alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Vea leave the safe house? And why is House Redren tearing the city apart to find her?
Vea couldn't wait, so he went to the soldiers who were scouting the old fort.
You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage is done. At least tell me you found something to make this debacle a little more palatable.
We learned that Briven gave the order that led to Ulrin's banishment.
That explains why Vea broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redren soldiers. Vea might still be inside. Or she might have given them the slip. She could be anywhere by now.
I can get inside and try to talk to her.
If Vea kills Briven without a writ, the Morag, Tong, and House Redren will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the kin house. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Vea's trail in the streets. Don't let me down, hero.
I'll try. Oh, that kin house. That's... Uh-oh. Hey.
Scour the streets. Search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
Oh, dear.
Oh, pitiful me.
She has carved quite a path. Terrace. Where is this going? took what I love, now I'll do the same.
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers?
Beatty Malarum?
If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora, and Brivin is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I've had more than enough excitement for one day.
The brazen young woman, what did she say?
I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything she said was a ramble. Something about my husband betraying her brother, that my Brivin had to suffer just as she was suffering.
She didn't harm you, did she?
She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. Do you have any idea what she was talking about? Because I certainly don't.
Where's the council meeting you mentioned?
You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. But if you insist, the meeting is taking place at the garrison north of Balmora.
You might want to seek shelter somewhere else. Vea left a trail of dead soldiers downstairs.
Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivek.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Now I know what that... Ow.
I'm sure of it.
Oh, Naryu. Speak Naryu first, then go place. Deal with problem.
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck.
Vea's going to the Veteran Council meeting to confront Captain Brivin.
Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Veteran garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain. We have to get to her before she gets to Brivin.
Vea also left a trail of dead Veteran soldiers in the kin house.
She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play this just right, it's not going to end well for any of us. Let's find Vea and put a stop to this. We can deal with any consequences after that.
I'll meet you at the garrison. You should probably get Asher.
What is with all the Veteran soldiers? Did something happen?
The soldiers will find her. I heard she slaughtered everyone in the kingdom.
Oh, everyone's gossiping.
Hey.
Ooh, look at that lava fall. Ooh, mountain. You know, I will say this. One thing that I've noticed is since the big patch update, whatever you want to call it, the frame rate is more consistent. Not much else changed, but there's very few dips that I've noticed.
I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of veteran soldiers. Either house forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Brivin wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the council.
What do the war claws have to do with anything?
Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Veteran Council feels the same. Maybe Brivin's trying to show them what the war claws can do.
We might have to fight our way through the
War
mercenaries.
claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Veteran blood off my hands. Let's go stop Vea. I'm ready when you are, hero.
How do we get into the garrison?
There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Brivin, find Vea, bonk her on the head, and get her out of here before she does something I can't fix. Easy as gore apple pie.
You didn't exude confidence when you spoke those words. Oh. I'm just gonna use my mount and... Ooh. That's full Khajiit armor. Oh, this is ever... A veteran is a warrior whose duty is first to the tribunal, second to the house veteran, and third to family and clan. Villain Gareth. Mottos of the Dunmary Great Houses. They have an interesting emblem. It's like a beetle. Or a scarab. Oops.
Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Vea skewers him.
Whoops. I didn't realize there would be bad guys here.
I need healing.
What? Where'd you come from? How big is this place?
Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero.
Spread out!
Wow, they did it in unison.
I'm hurt!
Okay.
I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. If we can't get through this door, there's only one other way to go.
Where's that?
It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a staircase back where we first came in. And if we still don't find Brivin or Vea, well, at least there'll be plenty to drink.
I'll head downstairs and keep
And I'll
searching.
figure out how to get this door open, just in case. You know, attending a House Redoran Council meeting was always a secret goal of mine. Right after getting a lusty Argonian maiden to scrape my flesh raw with her abrasive tongue.
I couldn't tell if that was sarcasm or something else. Oh, there are many war claws. Oh, there are many war claws. Don't mind me, fellas. It's a big house.
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Redoran, yes?
Oh, it's the leader of the group.
They have interfered for the last time.
Here comes the whole troop.
What's going on down here? It sounds like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself!
I think you're the one who needs to be doing the explaining, Captain.
What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Councillor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you.
I came to warn you. Vea knows what you did. She wants to kill you.
Vea? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Councillor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander.
What about your motives? Ulrin's exile and death are on your head.
Now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this. I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan.
Then who did? Tell me who's responsible for what happened to Ulrin.
You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councillor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House. To show that Ulrin's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. Well, look how that turned out.
This whole thing started as a test of Ulrin's loyalty?
The test Ulrin failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family, but I think it's a lost cause.
Especially if Vea finds out that her father set all this in motion.
That's for Ulrin. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Vea actually did it. She killed Briven in cold blood.
Was it cold blood, though? I don't think it counts.
Vea killed Briven without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Vea doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me both.
We can still save Eris and the rest of the counselors.
I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Vea can't be allowed to kill the counselors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Vea's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong.
What do you mean destroy the Morag Tong?
The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Vea's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We're both going to have to answer for this.
What do you want me to do?
We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come at the council meeting from another direction. I was able to get it open when I was scouting around up there. Let's go.
This way?
Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down.
Seems straightforward enough.
Everyone, calm down. Councillor Eris will deal with this. We're safe in here. There's no need to panic.
No need to panic? She's cut down every mercenary in her way. Her father won't be able to stop her.
Vea's getting close. We're running out of time.
This looks locked.
Let me try to open this door.
Vea, daughter. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid lock.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't. None of us can. That's
They
why I
know
have to do this.
That's an order.
Oh my god. I was a little much.
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the councillors have to die. No more rules, no more secrets. House Redoran falls today.
I didn't remember that we had to fight her.
Vea. This isn't the way.
I really forgot about this fight. It had been a long time since I did this DLC. My ultimate, please. Here.
Vea's down. It's over.
So much bloodshed. So much needless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another.
Can we? Can we?
The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Vea, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks.
What did you mean when you said we could help each other?
A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out. Eris was wrong.
I thought the entire council was involved.
Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, but we were wrong to let it go as far as it did.
House Redoran doesn't want the Ashlander
I
territory?
didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was to deal with that. Eris planned to step down, and we were going to demote Brivin for the part he played.
So what happens next?
House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Leave the bodies where they are. We will say that Veya died protecting her father and the council from the war claws.
And what do we have to do in exchange?
Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished, I expect you and Naryu to both be gone. That is all, Outlander.
I thought she didn't die.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Veya isn't dead. At least not yet.
Oh.
She's still breathing.
How is that a problem?
The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Veya regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the Counselors again.
You don't think you can convince her to go along with
When
this?
have I ever been able to convince Veya to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood on Veya's hands. Once the Morag Tong ties those unauthorized murders to her, she's as good as dead anyway. And, more than likely, so am I.
So how do you want to handle this?
I don't see many options. We can either finish off Veya now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Veya and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that. But it still feels wrong.
She deserves a second chance. We can worry about the rest later.
You're right. If anyone's to blame for all this, it's me. I wasn't a good enough mentor. If for no other reason, Veya deserves a second chance. Look, you need to leave. We'll meet back in Bolmra. And Hiro. Thanks. Go on. I'll get her out of here before the council notices and meet you in Bolmra.
So, remember when we were doing the sweet roll killer stuff? And there was that whole lady who was kind of crazy, but maybe not crazy, talking about prophecies. And she mentioned the thing about Naryu's daughter burning the world, to which Naryu said she doesn't have children and she never will. What if it was a figurative daughter, not one really by blood? Someone who idolized Naryu and grew up watching her, you know? Someone like that. Just spitballing there. Also, it's canon that she doesn't die there because she appears later. Really? You're gonna spit me out and still put bad guys in the way on my path? I don't think I'll do the Telvanni thing, honestly. It's just a side quest. It doesn't really merit any connection to this, or doesn't merit completing because it has really no connection to any major plot points. At least currently, who knows? Maybe they'll add in the DLC a main story aspect that involves characters from that story. But like the only reason I did this one, well, besides it's Naryu, and I plan on doing all the stuff with like Naryu and Raz, is because the plot points of this quest also relate to a main quest, main plot later. I am flying.
How many times have I told you not to stick your blade in your apprentice's Naryu? She'll live, but she can't stay here. Not after what she's done.
I've got that covered. Vea won't be staying in Vardenfell.
Your thoughts?
This goes against every protocol, but I couldn't let poor Vea bleed to death. I patched all the holes you people put in her, and she should recover given time.
Ashur did an outstanding job. For an assassin, he's got a gift for the healing arts. Vea's going to live. Now I just have to convince her to listen to me this time.
Doesn't her agreement with the High Counselor assume Vea died at the garrison?
As far as she knows, she did. Now Vea needs to disappear. Otherwise, both Redren and the Morag Tong will go after her. Believe me, nobody survives that kind of attention. Vea didn't ask for everything that happened. She only wanted justice.
How is she going to disappear?
I've arranged for a ship captain I know to meet us in Vivec City. From there, Vea will sail to Somerset and rendezvous with an associate of mine. He's kind of furry and a bit of an arse, but he's good people. He'll take care of Vea.
I wonder who that could be. What's going to happen to you?
As long as everyone sticks to the bargain, I go about my usual business. A writ here, a nice bath there, maybe a few intimate encounters along the way to relieve the tension, you understand? I just hope Vea's good with all this. She has to be.
Well, take care of yourself, Naru.
Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember me by until we meet again. I hope you don't leave here with the impression that all dark elves are conniving dirtbags. Some of us are also kind of sexy. Like me, for instance.
Naru. What happened?
Quiet, Vea. Rest now. We can talk later.
This goes against...
Oh, okay. He's just repeating the same thing.
Vea needs her rest. I don't want any of Ashur's stitches to split open before she's had a chance to fully heal. If you want a last word with Vea, we'll be in Vivec City for a bit before her ship sets sail.
I think we can actually go see... Oh, I got an axe. What's... Oh, I can morph it. I just didn't have enough experience. This one... What does it do now? Movement speed by 30%. Major gallop. Oh, okay, so this makes you run a little bit faster. Ah, sure, we'll do that one. Didn't this skill used to be pretty different? Like, it lasts... Wasn't it that the minor and major expedition also lasted about as long as the gallop part?
Still keep slaves?
That was a brave deed, rescuing Seth.
Okay, we're gonna go to Vivec City because we can actually see that encounter of her leaving. If the game cooperates. It is. I know it's at the docks. No. I don't duel. I don't think I've ever dueled in this game. Why is it saying I got a message? Oh, they're right here. It just hasn't loaded in yet.
I don't have to go, you know. I can help clean things up around here. I know how to keep a low profile.
This isn't up for debate. You're going. How did I know you were going to show up, hero? Can't get enough of my smiling face, hmm? I know she tried to murder a kin house full of counselors, but Vea deserves to see a friendly face before I send her away.
Are you sure sending Vea away is the right decision?
She spilled Redren blood without a writ. She broke the rules of the Morag Tong. As I see it, I don't have a choice. Vea needs to remain dead in the eyes of Vardenfell. Otherwise we'll all have to pay for the damage she's done.
Isn't there still a risk in this plan of yours?
Only if it fails, and that's not going to happen. Somerset is far enough away that no one will find her. Besides, Vea needs time to heal and make a fresh start. She'll be fine. Her new mentor is a pussycat compared to me.
Ugh, they're just really trying to drive it home that it's Roz.
Nara, you thought you might stop by. You probably hate me, and I completely understand. I'm still glad you showed up, though.
Do you think you can put this all behind
I
you?
lost my brother. I killed my own father. I kind of went crazy out there for a while. I don't think I'll ever put this completely behind me. But I'll do what Naryu asks. I'll go away, finish my training, try to make a new start.
Where is Naryu sending you?
To Somerset. But don't tell anybody. She was quite adamant about that. She's given me a letter of introduction for some highfalutin Khajiit. Works for a queen or something. Anyway, he's going to be my new mentor.
Well, good luck to you, Vea.
Look, I'm sorry. Oran's death made me crazy. That's no excuse. But I'm never going to forgive House Redoran for the attitudes that brought us here. I'm done with them. Take care of Naryu. I don't want her to get hurt because of me.
Yeah, that sets up for plot later on. And I would say that is it for Morrowind. We get to Clockwork City next, which is a fun one. This was pretty good too. But it's just... They didn't quite seem to have decided how they wanted to handle big DLCs. That's why this one's kind of all over the place. They become much more streamlined, starting with Somerset and then elsewhere. And even the smaller DLCs like Clockwork City and Murkmire, they're much easier to follow too. But hey, I guess you'll see, won't you? So, thanks for joining me. Come back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon, but until then, bye.